Hey, y'all, Elise Smith here, and welcome to the Socially Ausome Podcast, where we empower mompreneurs to implement simple social media strategies into their businesses and elevate their online presence. I'm a mompreneur of three, an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, an influencer, a social media marketing agency owner, and your personal guru. I am here to give you tips, tricks, and tools that you need to build your social media business. Let's dive in.
Hey, welcome back to the Socially Ausome Podcast. Elise Smith here. So excited to be diving into this topic with you today. We're going to be talking about focusing on conversions, not followers. And this is something that I struggled with when I first started my online business. It's one of the biggest mistakes I made when creating content in the beginning. And trust me, it's a doozy if you're spending all of your time trying to grow your followers instead of focusing on conversions. You're in for a wake-up call. So stick with me till the end of the episode. Let's dive right into it. So when I first ventured into the digital marketing space, I was obsessed with growing my follower count. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? You know you are. Seeing that number go up and up and up can feel like winning the lottery. And then when you start to lose followers and your number goes down, you're going, what did I say? What did I do? Why is this happening? How do I fix this? Right? So it's one of those things that's kind of like back and forth internal struggle. And, my engagement didn't translate into revenue. And this is what you need to understand. Seeing that number going up, it feels great, but followers don't pay the bills. Conversions do. And I spent countless hours creating content aimed at getting new followers, growth content. And yes, my follower count went up and up and up, but my sales didn't. And for me and for you, as a business owner, that's frustrating, right? Then you feel like, what am I saying wrong? What am I doing wrong? It's a constant battle of imposter syndrome, and it's a hard pill to swallow. But it was also a very crucial lesson. So I want to break down why focusing solely on your followers is a waste of your time and it's a waste of your energy. And if your current content isn't converting to the small following that you have, it's not going to convert to a larger following either. So first and foremost, vanity metrics don't pay the bills. Okay, vanity metrics like followers and likes, they look good on the surface, but they don't necessarily equate to business growth. And you need to ask yourself, are these followers engaging with my content in a meaningful way? Are they converting to customers? Are they in the same niche as me and they're just being supportive? If the answer to the first two questions, are they engaging in a meaningful way or converting into customers, is no, then you need to rethink your strategy. If your answer to the third question, are they just in the same niche as me and being supportive, is yes, again, you still need to rethink your strategy, because ultimately, if you're not attracting your ideal client and you're only attracting others in your niche, while we love the support and we love growing that community of like-minded entrepreneurs, that's still not going to equate to sales, right? Number two, it's all about quality over quantity. Now, you may be sitting there going, Elise, I've watched trainings from you before that told me to post multiple times per day. And you're right. I do believe that in the beginning, when you're just getting started, it's equally as important for you to create that quantity than it is to create that quality, because almost no one comes out of the womb being a great content creator. So in the beginning, you're not going to know what type of content your audience resonates, what type of content they want to see from you, what type of content you're good at creating. So in your first probably 90 days or so, I do recommend that you focus more on quantity than quality, because you need to learn how to create content, how to speak to your ideal client. And you can't do that without practicing that muscle, without putting in those reps. But once you're past that point of like 90 days into maybe a couple months of your business, it's time to really focus more on quality. And again, I know that might be a confusing message, but understand that none of this comes without practice. None of this comes without flexing that muscle. So you are going to have to do that over and over and over. But it's better to have a smaller, highly engaged audience than a large passive one. When you focus on creating content that really converts, you build that loyal community that values what you offer. And these are the people who will buy from you. They'll refer you to other people. They will become your brand advocates. So after you've gotten into that content creation mode and you're really looking at focusing on conversions, you need to worry more about creating that smaller audience of people that are going to become those brand advocates for you. Now, number 3, engagement matters more than follower count. So engaged followers are far more valuable than a large number of passive followers. And again, like everything, this is not black and white. This is not one size fits all. So we don't want to create this massive, engaged following of people that are cheerleaders that don't want to buy. But at the same time, we don't want to have a large following of people who aren't engaging at all. So there has to be a middle ground. And this is where some of that specificity comes in for you and your business. But engagement shows that your audience is interested and invested in what you have to say. And this interest is what eventually leads to conversions. So really focusing on content that encourages interaction and engagement from your audience is so important. And so what can you do to shift your focus from followers to conversions? Here's a few actionable tips for you to take away from this episode that you can put into your business right away. Number 1, define your goals. I want you to clearly define what you want to achieve with your content. Is it driving traffic to your website? Is it increasing your email signups, boosting your sales? Having clear goals will help you create content that aligns with your objectives. And it's so important to know what each piece of content and your content strategy is doing. If you're only focused on posting growth content, then sure, you're growing, but you're not converting sales. If you're only posting conversion content and you're not growing at all, what happens when you have converted everyone in your audience, which is fairly unlikely, but you get what I'm saying. What happens when you've converted all 50 of your audience members to a sale? Now what? You have no one new, right? So you have to really define a goal of each piece of the content that you put out into the world. Number 2, I want you to know your audience. You really have to understand who your audience is and what they need from you. And this goes so much deeper than, they live check to check, or, they want to grow their Instagram following. You need to know their deepest desires, their ultimate fears. This is exactly what I work on with you inside the Social Success Club. We get really, really clear on their pain points, their solutions that they are looking for, and then how your offer fits into those. And that's, again, a huge piece. You may know your audience, but if you don't know how to convert your content or convert a sale from your content by speaking solution selling to them, you're going to struggle with that. And when you provide value, your audience is more likely to convert to a sale. And by value, I'm not just meaning like, here's some tips, right? We don't want to just be Google. We want to show that our offer is the value, okay? So again, this is what I work on inside the Social Success Club with my students. Number 3, I want you to create a strong call to action. Every piece of content you have should have a really clear call to action, whether it's to, visit your link in bio, download your free guide, buy your course, make sure your audience knows what they need to do next and why they need to do it. That is the biggest missing piece, is why do they need to purchase what you're selling, okay? And number 4, measure and adjust. So use your analytics to track your performance. Look at what content is converting, what's driving conversions, what isn't, and don't be afraid to tweak your strategy based on what the data tells you to do, okay? So if you're looking to grow to a 6-7-figure business, you have to know your metrics. You have to know your analytics, right? Businesses don't get to that level on accident. No matter what Instagram posts may say, it doesn't happen on accident, okay? So remember, it's not all about how many people follow you, but more about how many people take action because of your content. I want you to focus on conversions, how they're going to help you build your sustainable and profitable business. So really take a step back, analyze your content strategy, and make the necessary adjustments because your business is going to thank you for it. Okay, so that's all for today's episode. I hope you found these insights helpful. I hope they inspire you to focus on what truly matters, converting your audience into loyal customers, not just cheerleaders. So as always, take a screenshot of you listening to this, throw it in your stories, tag me at socially.awesome on Instagram. I would love to share the fact that you're listening, you're plugged in to my audience and help get some exposure on your content, your audience as well. And as always, if you got any value, please leave a review for this episode. It's the absolute best compliment you can give. It's my true love language. I want to hear from you. It allows me to keep really posting and sharing content that helps you with your business and helps you grow. And make sure you check out the show notes for all of our free resources and tips that we give you to help you grow your business online. And until next time, make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome.